according to that, we're live. So, welcome to Chapter 2 of the Ivory Trail. So, last week, you guys were riding a stagecoach, ignoring the fact that I got various bits and pieces wrong. You guys were riding on the stagecoach in Yuma to protect a large chest that the mining company wanted to send through to the bank at Yuma. The stage was attacked by bandits, and you managed to fight them off. The driver of the stage was badly wounded, but thanks to Doc's quick thinking and expert skills, did not actually die. However, another passenger, a gentleman by the name of Cole Wright, he did die, but with his dying breath as he was being tended, he handed you a pair of ivory handled Colt peacemakers, which had got stuff carved into. Sorry, he handed you one Colt peacemaker, which had got various things carved into the handles, and told you that if you followed the clues, you could find money to make sure that his wife got the money, and also to try and track down Buck Thompson. Yeah. Who was last heard of in Tucson, where he was he'd set up, and he'd got the second gun which contained the rest of the clues. Yeehaw. Okay, so it is late afternoon.
Something mountains.
It is late afternoon as you take the straight stage across the bridge over the Colorado River and into the growing town of Yuma. You can see the railroad tracks that stretch off towards San Diego behind you, and only a couple of years old, they now stretch off into the desert ahead of you, following alongside by the Gila River. Like I say, what do you do as you've got an unconscious driver, you've got one dead passenger, but you have got the stuff for the mining company.
Have stopped in town.
Yeah, I said you just come over you've just crossed the Colorado River, and you're just coming down into the town.
I think I will lead the wagon straight to the bank.
Okay, yeah, the bank's on the main street. There's several kind of offices on the main street as well. The stagecoach is likewise the coach house is likewise on the main street, so you can pull up kind of quite close to all three.
We need a doctor. Is a doctor around?
I'm over here.
I mean a real doctor with a proper desk and everything.
You guys gotta pull up, and yeah, the guys in the stage office come rushing out, and the moment you say there's a doctor, kind of guy in his 40s with a tash and a jacket with a little kind of stagecoach logo on it, rushes over and says, suddenly realise I'm sure I gave the driver a name, but I can't remember what it is.
Bob.
I should
Bob the driver.
I should be able to do better than Bob.
I'm with Bob. For anyone watching now whose name's Bob, I apologise.
I've got nothing against the name of Bob. This guy's name is not Bob, though. It's Roland.
Roland.
So yeah, he comes over and says, "You ain't Roland." What do you mean a doctor? What's happened?
Bandits back over the way. Roland took a round. He's alive, but he's not well. One of our passengers didn't make it.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Tommy, go get the doctor. Anybody else hurt?
No, I think we're good. Just one didn't make it, and we're not sure if Roland's going to or not.
And the women folk are a bit scared.
Yeah. The
There's a scared lady in the back as well.
yeah, she kind of she gets out and kind of.
Benjamin would be helping her out of the carriage.
Yeah.
Oh God.
She might be
Thank you, young man. Thank you, young man. And she kind of she looks up and down the main street and kind of bustles off in the direction. She says, "I'll be fine now. I just need to get home."
Okay.
So yeah, she
Cool.
She heads off. She definitely doesn't want to be about it. It's been a scary ride for her, and she spent a chunk of it sharing the back with a corpse, which doesn't improve anybody's day.
Can one of your runners escort this young lady home to make sure she gets back okay? She doesn't look too well.
Jimmy, this little kid comes out. He says, "You make sure the lady gets home." Yes, Mr. Maples. Yes, Mr. Maples. And he hurries her off, and she's kind of not particularly relying on him, but he doesn't want to hurt his feelings. You get the feeling more than anything else. But yeah. So the guy who met you introduces himself as Garrett Maples. Even make a quick note of that. Yeah, so Roland is the doctor comes over and has a look at Roland, and he's well, whoever tended to this man seemed to know what he was doing. It's yeah, we need to. I'll need a hand getting him over to the office, but hopefully he'll be all right.
I slap the horses as they try and get food and water, and I tell them they've been run hard and fast, and if you feed them too fast, they'll colic. They need grassing down, cooling down before they're allowed to eat or drink. Get off!
Yeah, but by this point, Tommy's come back, and Mr. Maples goes, "You heard the man, Tommy. Keep the horses out of the trough. You know better than that."
Are we delivering this money to an office, or to the sheriff, or to the bank?
The mining that they said to take it to the mining company.
So how far away is that?
That's like a couple of 100 yards down the road, if that.
Before he unhitches the horses, we're going to take the wagon down there, take the coach down there, because it's pretty heavy. What's in there?
They can carry it. It's their gold. We bought it. They can carry it.
Well, we're going to send somebody down to the mining office to get them to come up then.
My legs are a little bit sore. That was a pretty long jump, and I think I might have pulled something. So I want to stretch my legs a little bit, and I'll take a walk up to the mining company and let them know their gold's here.
Okay, I'll rest on the side against the side of the coach. You know.
Okay. Okay, so you transfer the gold over. There's a couple of representatives from the mining company. They come out and get the they get the coach off the wagon, off the back of the stage, and hear the story, and you know they're coming out just as the guys are carrying Roland off to the doctor's house. There's a bit of a hubbub starting up. So they take it and get it into the bank and make sure you guys get paid. there is a clause in your contract that says that you get extra if there is trouble on the stage. The game plan, you get the feeling, is to kind of keep costs down, because if there isn't trouble, they don't have to pay people quite so much money. In the long run, it probably works out. But you guys have done pretty nicely out of this. You've all picked up $50, which is a fairly hefty amount of money for get. By the time the stagecoach company pay you something, you brought in their stage, you looked after their driver. By the time you've been paid for the job, you're doing all right. You've got kind of $50 out of the job.
Nice. Very nice.
And yeah, they point out the saloon. Yeah, they point out the bullet holes, but they also point out where the saloon is. And
yeah, we'll better head over there and wet our whistles.
Yeah. So where is nearest to us? Is it?
Where are we on the map?
Tucson or Phoenix?
Okay, you are at Yuma, which is practically on the. I think it is on the very, very far. No. That's the state.
Yeah.
The city is down on the far left-hand side.
South of the river.
If you follow the Gila River, I'm probably murdering that pronunciation as well, off to the west, just as it crosses the red line. That's where Yuma is. You can just see it at the bottom. No, where it crosses the red line. Right close to the edge of the
right
map.
on the edge. It's the something MA, right on the
Yeah, that's where you guys are just
RBM
come into.
Bladell? Or Bladsell? Or Blaisdell? Blaisdell?
Blaisdell, I think.
Yeah.
Blaisdell? Yeah, just there. Yeah.
That's the one.
I was hunting for it and I couldn't find it. But,
Okay. So where's Tucson?
it's on the right hand side. Head across past Ben Nevis. At the bottom, right at the bottom of the map. Keep going, and Tucson's just almost on the next orange bit. Go across. Way across. About there, look. There.
Okay. So, yep, Phoenix is a lot nearer than Tucson.
Tucson,
Yeah,
we're going to go
Phoenix
up to Phoenix and wasn't down to Tucson. Across to Phoenix and down to Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Via Painted Rock. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's cool. I just wanted to...
Yeah. So you guys going to the saloon. Somebody give me the name of the saloon.
The 6-shooter.
Okay. Not what I would have called it, but that's all good.
They got a special of 6 different whiskies, and if you can do all 6, you get them for free.
I like the first bit of that.
But these are Old West portions, so they're like that.
And the whiskey's more rocket fuel, yeah.
Yes. Moonshine.
It's only got one yellow colour. It's more because of the barrels, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, you guys going at the 6-shooter. It's got the traditional saloon-style doors. There's an old geezer playing the piano in the corner. There's various tables around. There's the bar at the back. I'm guessing you guys want to get drinks and sit yourselves down.
Yeah.
Get a whiskey, sit down.
Yeah, I think I'm known for getting the first round, something I would have done before. So, four whiskies, I think we deserve them.
I'm telling everybody all the bad point about all the drinks, and then I'll hold one myself. For medicinal purposes.
You're a proper Old West doctor. You could sing them the wonders of alcohol and how it's
for medicinal purposes and all the rest of it. Yeah.
And the painkiller effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 4 whiskies.
The doc lights up his pipe and then proceeds to lecture you on how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stolen the virtues of whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whilst twiddling his moustache. Yeah.
How much is that, Louis?
Don't worry about it. We'll take care. We'll do a couple of dollars for the whole stay, unless you buy something serious.
Are we checking it? Is it a hotel bar? Does it have rooms upstairs?
They have got some rooms upstairs, or there's the railway hotel at the far end of Main Street by the station.
Wow. That sounds much better.
That sounds like it's going to be more expensive, but posher.
No, the 6-shooter suits me.
Right, that's what we're staying in.
Okay.
Now, gentlemen, you go where you like, but this 4 walls and a roof suits me.
Paid the barman over and ordered up 4 rooms. Are we having 4 rooms?
Yeah.
And a bath.
Yes, that could be a
A
good
tin
idea.
bath. Yeah.
It was certainly dusty out there, wasn't it?
Get the bath on.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Main Street. It'll be a dollar per room, and $1 each for
A bath and a shave.
for a bath. And yeah, so what are you guys? I'm not in the room. What are you guys talking about? What are you thinking?
Well, how many other people are in the bar? Just to go and play the piano in the bar.
Oh, the bar's it's late afternoon. There's a few people in there. It'll probably get a bit busier later, but yeah, there's a few people in there. It's not crowded. There's plenty of tables, and there's kind of half the bars free as well. But there's people in there and around.
We'll have a quick look around the bar and see if there's anybody who looks familiar. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There isn't anybody immediately familiar to you.
No, I've got to look round. It's part of why I'm here. So.
Okay.
I'm going to look Doc square in the eyes. Then I'm going to turn to Benjamin and stare him straight in the eyes. Them bastards knew we were coming.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're after the gold.
I don't know how, I don't know why, but they knew we were coming. By God, I want to go back and get the bastards. They hit us when we were least expecting. I say we do the same.
When do we know when that is?
Now.
Not tomorrow. We're going back out now.
No, now. Trucks are fresh. Best chance of following them.
Yeah, just pack up the stuff and go.
That does.
Well, I presume we had our horses untied on the back of the coach.
You didn't. You got
We didn't,
saddles
so we
with
got
you,
to buy horses.
but you'd need to buy horses.
Righto.
But you've probably got enough to do that.
Yeah.
It's going to buy a decent horse. You're looking at $50-$60.
And a saddle. And some provisions and the big roll.
That's fully ready to rock and roll, I'd say.
Yeah.
You got your saddles with you or whatever, but didn't want to bring the horses with you because there's it was an express stage, so
Yeah.
you know it's going to stop a couple of times for horses. Your horses were not going to keep up with that.
No, I only need 15 foot of rope for a lasso. I don't need the 50 foot.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, we're going to wave the barman over, see if he trolls over, and ask him where we can get some horses in this town.
He wanders across and says, "Yeah, horses. Probably the best place is the Goans. They're
Is that the stable on the edge of town?
yeah, just down near the train station. They normally got some decent horses in."
Fair enough. Maybe the spread of the word that we managed to save the coach driver and put the gold in to keep the town going for a bit longer might be a bit of a discount on the horses.
Especially if we're going back for revenge.
Yeah.
So Yuma's not a small town. Okay, Yuma's it's a moderate size. It's kind of the last bastion of civilization. Kind of. I mean, well, that's possibly over pushing it. But you got the Colorado River is down there. You've got the fort on the hill, just to the northeast of town. So it's a reasonable size town before the railroad, turned up a couple of years ago and was finished. This was kind of the staging area, the next place you'd reach if you were riding out to anywhere, or this was where you were aiming to get to if you were coming out from Phoenix or Tucson or further east. So it's not a small place. But yeah, the mining company's definitely going to be pleased with you. But I don't know necessarily that the townsfolk would. But you could try your luck with the Goins.
Oh, we're going to make our way down there.
Why not? Down the whiskey and away we go.
Then we'll have a bit of a coughing fit and then we'll set off.
Yeah.
Stroll down the town along the boardwalk.
Yeah. Walking like John Wayne because I pulled my leg.
More like Marty Feldman.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, there's various stuff there. Like I say, the station as you get out towards the east end, you're noticing there's a number of newer buildings, especially to the north side of the main street. There's you spot the marshal's office, which is a fairly new brick stone building. Some of the older buildings are wood, and you get the feeling that a lot of the buildings on the south side have been here for a while, and quite a lot of some of the buildings on the north side have as well. Quite a few of the buildings on the north side, though, because they're near the railroad, they've been built in the last few years. Like I say, there's the stations on the north side of Main Street. There's the railway hotel, etc. But on the south side, now down towards the very end, there's you come across Goins, so Gowins, Goins stables, and yeah, there's a sign up there. You can see they've got kind of they've got a couple of horses there, but it's kind of this sort of the building, but it looks like probably this was the end of the town at one point, and there was a lot more space, but there's not quite so much space now.
Well, with the station, they're pretty built round it.
Yeah, that's it. So they're the other side of the road from the station, but yeah, there's a lot of newer buildings clustered in a bit closer to it.
Right.
But yeah, so you walk up the boardwalk and
head into the big barn.
Yeah, as you walk in, there's a guy in his mid-30s. Walks up, sort of sees you, kind of you see him kind of look you over. He says, "Howdy, what can I do for you gents today? My name's Hillary. This is my place, Hillary Goin," and he reaches out to shake your hands.
Yeah.
Look him up and down, then shake his hand.
Yeah, he's dressed fairly well. His clothes are kind of fairly new and kind of fairly decent quality, but he's definitely somebody that's used to dealing with horses. As he shakes your hands, he's got kind of calluses on his hands, and he's definitely a working man, but he's obviously doing okay in business from the state of him. So yeah, like I say, shakes your hands and says, "So what can I do for you gents this afternoon?"
Howdy. Yeah, we're looking for 4 horses for our little group here.
Okay. I've got some, but they're obviously a tiny way out of town. We used to have a corral out the back, but it's town got a bit crowded about 5 years ago, so we only keep we keep customers' horses in here. But yeah, I can arrange to get you taken out there, or I can take you out there and show you what we got. We got a couple of fine Mustangs that I'm sure we can set you boys up with.
Certainly, it'd be nice to look them over.
Yeah, and then we'll be looking for some riding tackle to go with it.
That I have surely got plenty of. He kind of bustles around and points you at various bits of kit, and yeah, there's saddles, there's saddle blankets, saddle bags, there's various kind of everything you'd expect to see.
I'm quizzing about the price of a horse with all the kit. What do you charge?
Yeah, do you know young Ronald?
Roland?
Yeah, Roland.
Roland, yeah. Old boy drives the stage.
Yeah, that's right. We just came into town with him. We got ambushed a while back, and we just about saved his life, we think.
Oh, that's mighty nice of you. I am internally cringing at how bad my my Western accent most probably is. I keep trying not to do it, and then
you gotta do it.
Yeah, I gotta try for it, but it's I'll be fine. Yeah, okay. I am just having a quick look at your character sheet.
Yeah, saving a respected member of the community, and the fact that we're buying 4 horses. We're after some sort of deal, because it's going to be a mighty fine payday for you, sir.
Yeah, well, let me have a think about this. You want 4 horses, saddles. You're going to need. Sorry.
Bridles, come on.
Obviously, tack and harness. You're going to need. The 4 of you
and blankets. 1 blanket for each horse, got the saddle. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. He's kind of running around the house. Well, I reckon I could probably do the whole deal for. It's gonna. I can only drop my prices so much for bulk. Say $240 for the lot.
I was thinking near 2.
I'm going to ask for a diplomacy roll. But if somebody would like to step in to aid...
Go on, I'll step in.
I mean, I could step in.
Dad, Mum said she's going to come down soon to bed, and can you put the rose on the tag?
No, I was just saying.
The first episode or 2.
Diplomacy is one of my areas. Yeah.
Okay. Who do you feel would be more likely to step in?
As quite a smart, learned man, I might step in, but I don't know. I don't know whatever his characters are.
No. Just.
Who knows more about horses?
I know about horses, but I'm not very diplomatic. So.
I'm quite diplomatic.
I tell you who would, seriously, old babyface there, he would know about horses.
Who's old babyface? One's fiddling his hands.
Babyface Sutton.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
You described yourself last time out as being very, very young looking.
Yes. No, he is very young looking. No, you're probably right. He would just kind of step in and be like, well, let's see the horses before we make any further arrangements.
Are we going to pick out our saddles and bits first while we're here? Because they're all in the stable, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he'll dig out what he was thinking
or will
about.
we get the horses, come back and then pay him for the lot and get it all fitted up?
He says he's got all the stuff you're talking about here. He's likewise got more out where the horse is kept.
Oh, we'll just get where the horses
So he
are.
said, let's go out, let's have a look. That way we can mix and match and make sure we get everything a decent fit for you. So you.
Are we walking out there then to the horses?
Yeah, it's not far. It's kind of half a mile.
No, all it says as they're walking, Benjamin would just be making conversation with Hillary, just talking about horse stuff, which I don't know anything about. But
Me either.
yeah, like I imagine the other two know, like
How many legs have they got?
How many hands? Do you want a boy or a girl? Yeah, go on. Or gelding? Yeah, go on, keep
But yeah,
going.
so you pick up the word words with loads of like specific horse stuff, and just making it clear that he knows a lot about horses. So
Make me an empathy roll.
an empathy. Well, I'm good at
Make
empathy.
me an empathy or a diplomacy roll, which I think in your case is the same, but take 2 extra dice for animal handling.
Okay.
Because you've got 4 in animal handling, so
I do.
take 2 extra dice for that as a
1,
synergy.
2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
It's crazy.
Okay.
I don't have animal handling.
Oh, do
I'm
I?
a rider.
You're decent riders, but
Yeah.
Ollie's
You
like
get
the horse
bonus for animal
whisperer.
handling.
Trust me, Ollie. Benjamin Sutton, you will learn later on, is the horse whisperer. Yeah, he's mighty impressed, and is visibly so at how much you know and about horses. So he takes you out and he walks you straight past a couple of the ones that are grazing nearby, and
He always tries to sell first. Yeah.
yeah.
Plus the used cars. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, he pulls out a couple of horses. You look over them, note stuff, talk through them. These are decent horses. These are good horses. You know what? On that roll of 5 successes, he will drop his price to 220. Which is a decent price. It seriously is a decent price for what you're getting.
Yeah, Benjamin would like turn to the others and be like, "No, it's not 200. These are damn fine horses. Like 220 is a great deal. Let's just leave it with that. Let's not try and push this down."
What are their names? Oh, that was coming names.
I'll tell you what.
Between us.
Sorry, Doug. What did you say?
I take it we have 220 between us.
You got $50 each for the run,
That's 200.
which is 200. Plus, you've each should have something on your character
I have
sheet.
another 40. So.
Yeah, most of you have still got a fair amount on your character sheet.
I had 20. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know what everyone started with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 50. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it's going to be a significant outlay, but it's going to be a damn good outlay. Okay, I am going to ask each of you to tell me what the horse you are buying is called.
And no one's having silver.
If that's the way you want to play it, I wouldn't really mind, but hey. Have we got any names of horses?
No, I was thinking.
Are they all Mustangs or?
You tell me. They can be. I know so little about horses. This is frightening.
Is it? Mine's 14 hands. Tall.
Okay.
It's a big one.
That is a big one.
Black.
Okay. What's his name?
I haven't decided yet. That's a tough choice, that is. Bearing in mind, I didn't name it.
No, that's all right. But have a think about it. We don't have to make our minds up now. We can make our minds up later if people want to have more time to think about it.
Mine's called Commandant.
Okay, so where would I put these on here? So
What year is this?
1882.
Oh, mine are called Custer then.
Okay, so the horse is called Commandant. Any distinguishing features, Ollie? You can come up with them later if you want.
I'll have a think, yeah.
Okay, so Doc is riding. Horse is a 14-hand stallion.
Yep, and it's jet black.
Jet black.
Matches my suit. Yeah. When it's not dusty.
Called Custer.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. How about Emil?
Emil has a.
You can think about it if you want.
No. He's got a predominantly black, but with a small number of white spots on it.
Okay,
And his horse is called Domino.
nice. Okay. Right, and I will make a note that Frederick has a horse. So I need a name and description. Okay. So
Can we
yeah,
name his horse? Can we name his horse for him?
Wench.
Wench.
no. just
Buttercup.
a buttercup.
Let's call it Pippi Lotto, Delicatessa, Window Shade Long Stocking, or Pippi for
Right.
What's wrong with Buttercup?
Let's just let Simon
go on.
come up with his horse's name. That is only fair. Okay.
He's carrying you though.
I was tempted to call it Comanche, but I thought it might cause a bit of trouble.
Let's go. So we got. Okay. So let me make a quick. So that was Custer.
Commandant
That was it.
and Domino.
And Buttercup. Go on.
And Domino. Okay. So yeah, you get the you get the horses. You can take them out, take them for a bit of a ride. They're seem pretty good. You know, they seem
recently shod.
yeah, no, they're good animals. Certainly the guy in the bar definitely gave you, if you'll pardon the expression, a good steer.
Yes. Yeah. Better than the other option. Good.
Yeah.
Was that a queer steer?
No, bum steer.
Yeah, he definitely gave you a good steer on this one. So yeah, Hillary says, do you want to take them now, or do you want to wrap them up and take? No. Do you want to take them?
Do you give rap?
He says, you know, you can ride them away now, or you can pick them up in the morning. Whatever you want to do.
I'll steady amble back to town on the horses and get some supplies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll skip over supplies and things. You got.
I've already got a bib roll and all the other stuff anyway. My character sheet.
Yeah. So I mean, add. You know, if you want to do get round to adding your horse, saddles, etc. to that. Yeah, we'll sort out. You guys getting supplies and things. Thank you.
Pick up a couple of bottles of medicine type empty bottles. Yeah. Fill them with water.
Yeah.
Always add some flavour in later and sell them.
Okay. So, talk amongst yourselves, work out what it is you want to do, and then let me know.
We're going to ride back and track down, follow the trail back the way we came.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you spend the night. You have a bath. Yeah. Emil's slowly trying to work the stiffness out the back of his leg, and he's not sure whether it's a pulled hamstring, a bruise from a bad landing, or both at the same time. But I did throw you style for that, didn't I? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm on 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd missed that. Yeah. So you guys saddle up the next morning. Take what provisions you've bought with you, and head back out of town. So for the moment, you're ignoring Tucson because obviously you're heading back towards San Diego that way. You're in an area that I have now done 0 prep on, so this is fine. So yeah, you guys cross the river and head back out through the countryside back towards San Diego. It's going to take you, I don't know, what, 2-3 hours to get back to the site of where you were attacked. Eventually, you find kind of the ground is still really churned up from the mad gallop and the horses over. You know, the time that the attack was carrying on was probably a good couple of miles. There's occasional blood stains and bits and pieces. What? You were blowing people off their horses onto the ground. It's okay. So I am gonna say let's get we can do survival rolls, or we can do what else would be.
Who would be a tracker? Who's our tracker? Who can follow hoof prints and stuff?
I'm good at the survivaling.
You know how to survival.
Yes.
I've got a lot of knowledge. Can I do a knowledge roll?
Give me half a sec.
Go one each side of the trail, looking for where they came onto the trail.
Okay.
What about my military training?
Give me a sec. So, right. So Frederick's got quite reasonable survival, as has Benjamin. So Benjamin's got 7 survival.
Yeah.
I will give you 2 points synergy because you've got Frederick with you. Right. So the request from request from Charlie was to use one of your knowledge-based skills. You've got. Oh no, you haven't. You got healer and calculated attack, which means we need to transfer that knowledge into something specific.
Or does Doug need to do it because he's been?
What I'm saying.
Okay, what are you thinking about using, Doug?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, because nothing I've got relates directly to my role in the army. But with my role as a sniper sharpshooter, I would have been able to identify tracks, know where people were coming and going in order. Perfect.
Yeah, okay, but you were. I'm gonna stick with what we got on the sheet in a moment because it's the best I can go with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say with Ollie's 7 and a 2 dice from Frederick, you are looking at a pool of 9, which is a 4+. I almost don't even want to say it, but if you roll 1 dice, you are going to succeed quite quickly on anything like this. So, Ollie, roll me 1 dice, tell me what you get. So it'll be a 4 or a 5, depending on what that comes up.
5, yeah.
Okay. 5 is, for a skill roll, 5 is really, really good. So, yeah, it doesn't take you... It doesn't take you any time at all to work out. You can tell where the horses came in. And I mean, Emil, it's not like you're not doing anything in this. It's, you know, you can point out particular bits and pieces that you guys spot.
I'm probably looking at it from a completely different viewpoint, tactically.
Yeah, yeah. Right, I need to have a quick look at...
Doug's getting darker. What's happened, Doug?
Wifey's gone to bed.
Alright.
Okay, so you have you definitely have a feeling that like at least 2 of these guys just didn't make it out.
Are they still there? Or bodies?
No, bodies are gone. All the horses are gone.
Like you said, a bit of splashes of blood here and there, but not much else.
Yeah, there's 6. I mean, there's you can find the places where a couple of the guys were crashed out. Benjamin points out that as you leave, there's one of the horses is heavily laden down, and that's probably the guy that's got the bodies on it. That's probably the horse that's got the bodies on it. Yeah, the horses.
Did all the horses make it?
All of the horses survived.
One.
One of them has a limp in its foreleg. I'm just going. You got 4 dice successes. That's five successes on the dice. So yeah, one of the horses is carrying a limp on its foreleg. One of them is laden down quite hard. There are 6 of them in total, and they are heading off fairly fast away from the scene. You're fairly confident that they're heading off at quite a rate of knots.
Well, they were yesterday.
The faster they're moving, the better the tracks will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soon they'll wear the horse out that's fully loaded.
So they're injured. They've just had a huge battle. Their horses would be tired anyway. One of them's been shot. We are fresh horse, ready to go.
Yeah, I know.
We should be able to capture them fairly quick.
You definitely pick them up, and you head off. Right, I would like somebody to roll me 2 dice.
Go on, Doug.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, like I say, you pick up the trail really fast. You work out where they've gone. You spot these things. You trail off after them. The sun gets up really high. You guys you've had a good night's sleep. You are pretty confident you're catching them. You're moving faster than they are. They have though had best part of a day's head start on you, so you're not going to catch them immediately. But yeah, you guys are tracking them quite well. You need to stop the horses every now and then, just water them, take care of them. You kind of get the feeling these guys are driving the horses fairly hard. Although
What about the injured one? That wouldn't be able to keep up.
No,
It sounds like it would.
Great in the flank.
yeah. They definitely, they were to start with. They were pushing the horses quite hard. Actually, you know what? You don't even need to make a roll with that survival. I can just do it as an average. So yeah, you guys track them, keep tracking them. There is no problem with you with you getting them, and by the end of the first day, can you somebody roll me another 2 dice?
Go on, Charlie.
Pushed it. There you go.
No, that's all right. Yeah, so you guys head off. They're heading south, which is taking you. By the end of a day's riding, you guys are fairly sure you're over the border and probably down into Mexico by now. So you camp overnight, and in fact, make me whoever thinks who's got the highest perception. You guys, actually no, all of you make me make me individual perception rolls.
True to form.
What'd you get? 2, 6.
3 out of 5.
Doug?
What you got, Doug?
Doug froze. No, he's back on again.
3.
That's not 3. 3 out of 4.
Okay, you guys find without too much trouble their campsite without too much without too much trouble at all. You find their campsite. You can see where they've definitely tried to cover this over and keep track of it and stop you guys from tracking them a bit. They've not done a great job on it. If it had been a group that didn't know what they were doing with no experience, they might have missed this. But yeah, the fire pit's already there. It's not too difficult to scoop that out. You guys spend the night in relative comfort and then set off again in the morning. I might as well do 2 dice this time. Okay. Yeah. So once they get to about halfway through, the
Is it dust up ahead?
no. By the time they get halfway through the day, they start to angle off back to the east. You kind of get the feeling they've been going kind of southwest, and then a day and a half in, they turn and start to ride further to the east. They've probably deliberately taken a detour, and you're coming up on some hills. On there's a sort of lowish mountain range. There's some they're heading up into the foothills of that mountain range, and you kind of by midday you're up towards the top of the range. Anybody that hasn't rolled me 2 dice can now roll me 2 dice. I think that's probably you, Ollie.
Both odd.
Both odd. Okay. Yeah.
Not bad.
So you guys get up to the top of this. I would. Yeah. You're winding through the hills on one end of this mountain range. You camp out that night. You've not found where the guys camped, but you did find where the guys camped, but you found it kind of mid-afternoon. You're definitely catching them. They've slowed down quite a lot, so they're now way less than a day ahead. You cross over the top of the hills and start to work back down the other side. and you guys camp out for the night. I would like everybody to make me a perception test.
Look, 3.
No worries. Okay. 4. Okay. As a kind of serious outdoorman, as somebody that's used to living out here, Sutton's the first one to spot this, and as night falls, just as the sun's setting, you look out and you spot smoke rising from a campfire, maybe only an hour ahead. It's down. You're not quite out of the foothills yet, and actually on a 4, you can make out off in the distance, in the haze just on the horizon. You're fairly sure you can see like a small town. It kind of you cross over from where you are on the top of the hills. So like, I don't know, an hour before you, probably sort of just down at the bottom of the hills that you're riding through, is where you can see the smoke, and you can see this smoke probably from a campfire. And then across the plains, just at the base of another hill, probably another day's ride away, just about. You think there's maybe a small town over that way.
Maybe I could see smoke back that way. Not super far off now. Beyond that seems to be some kind of settlement, small town maybe. Another day's ride or so, probably where they're headed, I'd imagine, or somewhere nearby.
Maybe they're running out of supplies.
It's as the sun's going down. You know, whether you believe Ben or not, you're not sure. The town is. It might be that. It might not be that. He's the only one that's pretty confident he's seen a town. But as soon as he points it out, you know, you can definitely spot the smoke rising from this campfire.
It's actually getting dark now, is it? Or getting dusk?
Yeah, it's kind of late dusk. You're just getting ready to make your campfire. You've picked a site. You're just getting ready to make the campfire, and suddenly you go, there's a little pillar of smoke just over there. And you know, the moment Ben points it out, you're like, yeah, no, that looks like smoke from a campfire.
Yeah.
So, should we go down now, or should we wait till tomorrow?
No. We'll make cold camp. Settle the horses down, tack them down so they ain't going nowhere. Wait until the sun goes down. That's when we make our hit.
In the dark. What's the terrain like?
Be quite barren if it's foothills, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's some scrub about, but
fairly flat, undulating but flat. Yeah.
Think the bottom of the Red Bull Rampage course.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm going down the Red Bull Rampage bottom. Yeah.
Sorry. Say again. I missed it.
It's going to be nearly dark.
Yeah.
Are we talking about going down some hills to get to the bottom because we look down on them? And is it safe in the dark? Or is it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not the top of the Red Bull Rampage course. It's just like it's undulating and it rolls down. There's some bigger hills you could wind your way around. There's nothing in the terrain. You're down. Like I say, they are probably I don't know, half a mile from the plane. They've evidently just got down there and gone, okay, right, look, we've got to ride across the plane tomorrow. We might as well make camp here in the hills where it's not quite so windy. You're an hour back up behind them.
And they don't know. Yeah, that's fine. I could probably ride down half a mile and then tie the horses up and go the rest of the way on foot.
No. In case the horses get skittered or whatever, sound will travel better at night. We're better off walking. camp up here and we'll walk down.
Okay.
Okay. You know, definitely Emil's got a background in sniping. I'm not going to have any problem with you guys with him picking the best way to attack the camp, and certainly finding a decent place to overlook it. In terms of getting down there, both Tobin and Sutton are really good in this kind of terrain. You'd find your way down there no trouble. So yeah, you wait until the sun sets, you know, and unfortunately the best of the sunset you'd catch from the other side of the hills. But you know, the sky's on fire as the sun drops down over the hills behind you. You find places to secure the horses and work your way down. So you get into, there's, like I say, that you can initially you can follow their tracks down, but when it starts to get properly dark, obviously you can't. But you're fairly confident you know what they've done, and it's just like the trail kind of meanders its way down. There's kind of small hills on both sides, kind of or hills or mounds, so you can see where they've taken the path of least resistance, just kind of meandering around them and going down.
Still be the glow from the campfire as well, anyway.
Yeah, in the distance you can see the glow of the campfire, but you're a bit of a way off from that. So I'm guessing when you get close, you stop maybe following the exact track and head up over the top of a couple of the hills to try and get a good look-see on them.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Okay. Again, I'm going to just take averages on things like perception and on things like survival to get you down there. They've got the horses tied off on one side. There's some scrubby looking bush that they've managed to tie the horses to. They've got a campfire in the centre, and they're kind of set up with their sort of on one side of the campfire, horses on the other side of the campfire, bedding down. There's one of the guys is sitting there with his gun in his lap, and he's kind of looking around at the point where you guys get there. Yeah, I am going to ask you all for a perception check at this point. There's something I want to see whether you notice.
Oh, 3 again. I'm good.
Also 3.
Okay. So what Benjamin and the Doc both spot is there's a couple of times when the guy kind of takes his hat off and just kind of flaps it at some insect that's buzzing around him, and you notice he's got under his hat, he's got a bandana tied around his head. You know what that tells you, I have no idea, but he's it's a bit odd. Most guys wouldn't wear anything under their hat, but he's got just like a bandana around his forehead. Takes his hat off, kind of wafts it, puts it back on. He's sitting there looking about. So there are 4 guys down there. You can.
The bodies on the horse, right? Chucked them on the ground, or
they look like they've
or buried them.
What you do actually in the heat you've got down there?
They'd have buried them.
They'd have buried them. They'd have definitely buried them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. If I can retcon quickly, yeah, you found the hastily shallow buried mounds.
Stones piled up. Yeah.
Yeah. As you were on the other side of the mountains, but yeah, one of the big reasons you carried them was probably the lame horse. the one that Emil managed to shoot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's 4 of them down there. There's one of them sitting by the fire. Right, let me go.
That's almost invisible. Isn't it?
Okay, he's not quite got his back to you. He's kind of sitting, looking away out towards the plains. He's got the horses in front of him. He's kind of almost side on to you, but not quite. His back's more to you than anything else. And the other 3 guys are bedded down in bedrolls, trying to get some sleep by the time you guys get down there.
We don't have stealth in this, do we?
There are. Stealth is a skill. Pretty sure.
Okay, we can creep round one side of it in case they go for their horse. I want to be sure they're the same guys.
Who has got stealth? Has anybody got stealth?
I'm not sure.
Frederick has. Frederick has stealth.
I thought I would have had, but no, I don't.
No,
Frederick
you don't.
has stealth. Can we send Frederick round towards, where their horses are kept? In a big circle, yeah? Not too far away from us,
Yeah.
but a bit more round there, so there's a bit of crossfire. In case they decide to go for their horses.
Okay, so you want him to head off to to your right to try and get... So as you're looking down, there's a guy sat in front of you with his back kind of half to you, looking off, sort of diagonally off to the right. There's the 3 guys off to the left of him in their bedrolls, and the horses are off to the right-hand side.
Yeah, but just circle around to the right a bit, not too far.
Yeah, no,
Just to get a better shot if they're getting on their horses.
that's fine. Does somebody want to roll me 6 dice? And you know what? I will give you 8 dice because it is dark, but I want an actual roll for it. So somebody roll me 8 dice. Yeah,
But not a male.
that is enough to three's enough for them not to see you. He's not close up. How close do you guys want to get?
Right.
But give me in yards, which is what you're obviously what your the ranges of your weapon are in. Yeah, we're definitely doing yards and not feet.
20 yards. Oh, right. I don't know.
Okay, so what we would have done originally was had a look, got an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Made a plan.
Move back behind the hill so we can plan tactically.
Yeah.
So what we want is Frederick to get near the horses with his shotgun. And basically, anyone who goes for the horses just takes a shotgun in the face.
Okay.
I'm going to provide overwatch, and my first shot will actually be the trigger to begin the attack.
Okay. Well, it's okay with me. I don't know if it's okay with the others, but it's okay with me.
And I think if we get Doc and Benjamin as close as they can on the other side of the camp.
I don't think we can do that. I think we'd all stay on one side of the camp.
Or once I begin the shot, just charge in.
Or at least in cover, pick them off, yeah.
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 But move closer once it all begins.
Okay. Yeah. How far out does Emil want to be?
Within 100. Is the shot thing in feet or yard?
Thing is in yards.
Yeah. So
not what I said last
time. I'd say within 160. That's quite a far distance, isn't it?
160 yards is that's quite a way.
Especially in the dark.
3 feet to a yard.
It's roughly 160 meters. So that's quite a way. You're going to take a 4 dice penalty for that.
I would do.
I know.
Apart from the fact that I'm going to spend a round
aiming
before I shoot.
For the first shot, yeah.
So I only get a -2 for that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so you're gonna stay way back at 160 yards.
Yep.
Okay. What about Emil and Doc?
I don't know. I think I need to be inside 20 yards to 20 or 30 yards to be anywhere near sensible for pistol shooting.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't got you got a scatter pistol, but you haven't got a rifle.
But even if you get within sort of 40, 50 yards to begin with,
Right, yeah, I'd have to use
And then
the pistol.
hunker down. Once
Yeah.
I begin, you can then move and attack, can't you?
Yeah, we can get close.
Yeah,
If
but
we're ducked behind something, we can give you a wave to set you in position. Somehow.
In the dark.
Yeah.
unless there is absolute cloud cover and there's no moonlight whatsoever,
Um,
and I know where you're moving, so it's
Right.
not like I'm trying to look.
You'll be looking
Charlie?
at where we're moving.
Charlie, high or low?
Low.
Ollie, roll me a d6 because I know you got one to hand.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a 1.
What did you say? You said high, yeah? Did you say high or low, Charlie?
Low.
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 Literally, the one which is missing.
Okay, roll me a d8. I don't mind.
I'll roll you D8. It's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay, it is really cloudy tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to head into about 30 yards, see what it's like.
Where's the D6 gone?
Okay.
If
Okay.
it's still okay, I might creep a bit closer, but 30
Actually,
yards is my
help
plan.
us out.
Okay, I am going to say both of you.
In fact, I would even go. Sorry,
Go on.
I would even say to.
Oh,
I'm going to wait till you think we're in
No, no.
position.
I would say to Doc and Benjamin and Frederick too. Move into your position. You've got 15 minutes. I will already have the shot lined up because when it comes to time and stuff like that, I'm really good at what I do. So I've got the shot lined up, and if I see him twitch because I think he's heard something, I'll be prepared then to fire early anyway because I've already lined the shot up.
Yep.
If I don't see any reaction from him, once 15 minutes passes, I fire anyway.
okay.
Right. So, I am going to say to Charlie and to Ollie,
Yep.
Benjamin Duck.
take your dex score. Now, don't
Mhm.
panic yet. Take your dex score and -2 from it because you're not trained in stealth.
Yep.
Then add 2 dice because it is dark.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to give you 2 dice because they don't know you're coming.
Wait.
That gives
Take
me
your
2
dex.
dice.
Dex
Minus
plus
2.
2.
Then add 2.
Yeah, dex plus
Yeah,
2.
two.
But normally, okay, it would be dex just for the system point of view. Okay, normally it would be dex because you're untrained. It would be dex -2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So whatever that is, then I'm going to give you a +2 bonus because it's dark and a +2 bonus because this sentry is really not very wide awake. So yeah, it is dex +2, but the way you're working that out is with those modifiers.
Right, yeah, got it.
So I've got
Okay.
4 then.
So,
There you go, 4.
oh damn!
Oh, Doc.
And I got 3.
Hell, for a city boy, Doc is astoundingly quiet. In
That's
fact,
all the briefing I gave him.
in fact,
a coughing fit.
Emil has to check several times to make sure he isn't actually still next to him. You didn't
he died?
even notice him going.
Because he died.
Okay, yeah, no, you get down there. You are so. You get as close as you want to them. You can get within 20 yards of them if you want to on those scores.
Alright, yeah, I was going to go for 30 yards and see what it was like, so go for 20. That's it.
Let's go for 20 yards. Right. In the low light, okay, I am going to give you a -2 for shooting. Okay, they will get. I'm going to say a minus. Actually, I'd probably give them a -4 for the fact they're firing into darkness. Maybe a -6 actually.
Because they'd be looking at the fire too, so they wouldn't have any night light at
Instead
all.
of the gun
Yeah.
flash, they'd know where the bullets came from.
Yeah, they know roughly where they were coming from, but they're going to get a -4 to whatever for the darkness. You've got them. They're in darkness, but they're not in incredible darkness. So, Doug, you were at a -4 because of range.
Yeah.
You're at a -6 because it's so dark, but you get a +2 for your aim, and you get to take you get to take -2 away? I think it is only 1 -2, isn't it? That you get to take away.
Ignore 2 penalties when aiming.
Yeah, it's ignore -2 dice worth of penalties.
Yeah.
So you take whatever you've got, and that's -2 dice for your first shot, I think. Give me half a sec. Let me just check the aiming rules, because I can't remember whether or not you can aim and you get more for each round, or whether or not you just get an aim bonus. Let me find talents. We'll say sharpshooter. No, you get, when aiming at least 1 turn, you get +2 bonus, but reduce up -2 penalty. Now you get
+2 for aiming.
More times. Let me see if I can find aiming in Hex.
Did you just say there that when you're aiming, gain a +2 and ignore?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so the thing is, if you've got no penalties, you only get a +2. But if you've got a penalty, then you gain a +2, and you also get to ignore a -2, which is the extra bit that you get for that. Come on, combat, charge, auto.
So this shot then should be flat.
Right, for each full turn that your character spends aiming at her target, you gain a +2 bonus to your attack roll up to a maximum +4. So you get a +4 because you've had 15 minutes to draw a bead on this guy. I mean, he's moving around a bit, but he ain't moving around that much. You get a +4, which is going to cancel out that. You get to take -2 off that. So basically, yeah, roll whatever you would normally have. Whatever dice you've normally got, that is now basically your penalties are cancelled out.
So I'm rolling 12 die.
Yeah.
And you don't have a 12 die thingy.
If you want, okay, what I will say is you can take the average on 10 and then just roll 2.
I'll just roll 6 twice.
Go for it.
8.
8. Okay, this guy only gets his body modifier because he is not active. He's sitting down with a gun in his lap. He is going to be that guy there. So that is a 2. That is 6. Oh my life! Right. Okay. So you guys are all crouched down. You are already. You can hear your breathing sounds too loud. You can hear your blood pumping in your ears. You're waiting because apart from a meal, nobody has the idea of when the shot's going to be. Suddenly there is this explosion, and this guy by the campfire, just half his head disappears and he just slumps down. He hasn't moved beyond collapsing, and you don't think he's going to move again under his own steam ever again. Total kill shot from the distance and the blackness. Okay, we are now. No, you know what? I will let you guys act as well, and then we will roll for initiative.
Now you said the other guys were in bed, didn't you? Trying to get some
The other
sleep.
guys are in their bedrolls.
Okay. Well,
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
I don't know. I mean, would they be? So I'll pick to shoot at the nearest guy. That's the best thing I can
You're
do.
just going to shoot at the nearest guy. Okay. You get
the nearest guy that's not already been shot.
Yeah. Okay. You get a -2 for the fact that it's dark.
Yeah.
But I'll give you the I'll take that away on the grounds that you've spent some time picking out your target and aiming the best you can. So yeah, roll me your.
With my firearms of 6.
You should have on your sheet against your peacemaker. I think if you got
modifier,
you've got it down there. Whatever your attack is,
9L.
Yeah,
roll 9 dice.
3. I'd love 3 tonight.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you shoot the guy. evidently you don't manage to... right, give me half a sec. Let me go. Is it going to do this in a reasonable way?
When he's laying down that funny angle.
Yeah. He is... Bloody thing doesn't remember it, does it? Right, okay. Let me roll a dice to see which of these guys you shoot. Okay. You nail one of these guys as they lie sleeping. You put a slug into him. Okay, Ollie.
Benjamin's
Likewise,
gonna keep quiet for now.
he's not going to open up.
No,
Okay,
it doesn't feel right to be shooting someone who's still in his bed.
still in his bed.
So he's gonna keep quiet in case things somehow go south, so they don't know he's there.
Okay. You can have a star point for that. Right, which brings us on to right. Frederick is the other side of the horses.
Does he have a shot from there?
We said that he was going to stay there with his shotgun ready, that if anyone went to the horses.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay. So, roll me initiative.
It's 3, isn't it? Oh, 4. Aren't we?
Whatever your thing is.
No, it's 6 dice, but 4. I was waiting for 3 to come up.
I'll go on 1.
Okay. What you got, Ollie?
Sorry, you cut out for a moment. What was that?
Sorry. Give me a perception. An initiative roll.
Initiative. Okay, cool. I thought that's probably what it was.
Am I losing the? Is the sound dropping in and out for everybody?
No.
I'm not sure if it was just on my end or...
Occasionally, Louis, you're going really high-pitched. It hurts my ears.
That's normal.
I'll try and stay a bit more Barry White.
Another 3.
Another 3. 3 is the magic number.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. And Simon, just so that we've got it down there, has got an initiative of 6. So he's going on 4 as well. Okay, so what's Doc doing? You've shot this guy in his bedroll. The other guys are starting to struggle and
he hasn't moved since I shot him.
He's starting to move. He's starting to move. There was a loud scream as you shot him.
Yeah.
And he is starting to move and scrabble about. All 3 of them are starting to scrabble about.
Okay. I'll shoot the same guy again. And the others, they're getting out of bed.
Okay. Right. You are on a. I'm going to say, the guy's rolling about. You're on a -2 to whatever your standard roll is. Yeah. So fire me up.
3.
3. Okay. He has got a.
Nothing, because he's still lying down.
Oh, he's scrabbling about.
He's going to get a -2 dice because he is lying down. But what's his defense? His defense is 4, so he gets a 2, so he takes a 1. Actually, that's a point. He should have only taken 1 last time. I got that wrong. Okay. This time he goes limp. He stops. Okay, Frederick is still on the other side of the horses. Nobody has made a break for the horses yet, so I'm guessing he's not doing anything.
He's doing a sort of hold action ready. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay, which takes us on to Benjamin.
So they're up now.
They are going to be trying to get out of there. They're going for their guns, and they're not up and out of the beds yet. They'll probably get up this turn.
Yeah. Must be drawing the gun.
If you want to, you can hold your turn till they are up and have a gun.
Is the 3 of them still up, or is it 2 of them? Is
There
it 3 and
are
1 injured?
only 2 of them
Only
left
2.
now. Doc has
Taking care of one of them.
plugged
Gun
one of
rather
these
down.
guys. Yeah. In cold blood while he was asleep in his bed.
That's what
Doctor's
they get.
not take an oath back then.
This one's taken several oaths, but apparently what the
I'm out for
Hippocratic one is
justice.
not
They've
one of
already
them.
killed someone. Yeah, they've already killed someone. Rough justice out here.
See, what Benjamin wants to do is get information about how they knew we were.
Yes. I was about to say that. We would have said before we went, save one of them.
You could charge down. You could charge down and try and knock them out while they're.
Yep, I think that's probably what he's going to do. This idea is going to pop into his head, and his impulsive nature is going to take over.
Oh, go on. Yeah, go on. Why not? Have a star point, and you're going to need to start spending some because otherwise I'm going to stop giving them out. But yeah, okay.
She's going to.
So you're going to charge down there and try and deck one of these guys as he comes out of his bedroll.
If his gun is in my way on the way to run to him, I would try and kick out the way as well. But if it's not, then that
high or low?
Because fingers crossed. Low.
Okay, yeah. You sprint down as Doc is plugging bullets into the guy by the fire. You know, he's not fanning the gun. He's just like pulling back, bang, pulling back, bang. The guy goes down. You kind of skate down the side of this hill, dust flying out beneath you. There's a gun there, and you kick that wildly out of the way, just as the guy's kind of starting to get up. Okay, he is only going to get passive defense. You have your full brawl. You're close up to the guy. Roll me an attack roll. You can spend style if you want.
Extra, just dice. Is that how that works?
Yeah, you can
Are you going to attack
spend
him or intimidate him?
one point of style. Will get you 1 point, or will get you an extra dice.
Yeah.
You can spend as many style as you want in one go.
Yeah.
Bear in mind you can't whistle for your horse if you've only got if you haven't got 2 style there. You've got
I'll use one of the style.
Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, there is a difference between non-lethal damage and lethal damage. If you can hit him for, I mean, normally I wouldn't tell you the exact maths, but he has a body of 2. There's a body of 2. Hang on a sec. Let me double check. I keep flipping backwards and forwards between them. He's got a body of 2, which means he has a stun of 2. Which means if you manage to do 2 lethal damage to him, 2 non-lethal damage to him in an attack, or 2 damage in an attack, he will not get to go
that round.
See, he doesn't get to go that round, or he only gets to take
turn.
1 action. Yeah, he doesn't get to go that round, or he loses his next action. If you manage to do twice, if you manage to do his twice his stun, then you knock him unconscious. So if you do 4 damage to him, which is a hell of a hit, if you do 4 damage to him, you will just knock him unconscious. But yeah, okay. No, spend as many style as you want. I don't mind, but I thought I wanted to let you know what the score was.
That's all right. Okay, so that's.
Shame I went down there because I've got an attack of 6 on Punchy.
I've got 4, so I'll use 2 actually. So 6. Okay. That's 4.
That's 4.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so you hit him for 3 non-lethal damage. Let's find out which one he is. Right, he is that one. Okay, so you do him for 3 non-lethal damage.
So close.
He goes sprawling down in the dust. He's not actually unconscious. Oh yeah, no, he is unconscious. I tell a lie, he is unconscious. as he's still carrying a gun wound from previously. So yeah, he is unconscious. You punch him. You evidently get him right in the gun wound. He goes sprawling on the floor and is unconscious. The last guy manages to throw the blanket off him and roll up into a crouch. He sees you deck his mate, and I am going to get him to make a willpower save, and he needs 2 successes.
I'm very threatening. Damn it.
Yeah, he's unfortunately not too scared. Have you got intimidation as a... No,
that's one of the ones I don't have.
No, don't worry.
I'm kind of punch him in the ring. Ow, ow, ow.
You're not trying to be intimidating. You're trying to do damage. He jumps up and charges you, and he swings for you.
Whoa.
Please tell me I put... Yeah, okay, right. So, he is going to take a 2 dice penalty to this because...
He's just woken up.
He's just woken up. He's crawled out. It's dark. He's staggering towards you. He just takes a... In fact, you know what? I'm not going to keep him with a 4 dice penalty. I'm going to give it a 3 dice penalty, which is very unusual. Yeah, he just he kind of staggers up, swings at you, and just completely mistimes it. The sand goes from underneath his foot, and he drops to a knee in front of you.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, top of the round. Sorry, not top of the round. Emil.
I am going to reload my rifle.
I thought you might. Okay. Yeah, you kind of start. You shouldn't take it out. Get another one in there. Yeah.
Facts. In fact.
Now this can...
I'll reload it.
Okay. So you reload your reload your rifle, which does take us back to the top of the...
Our man is watching the horses, is out by the horses, can see all this because he's watching.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to start running in as well, I suppose.
No. We're not messing about with Simon's character. We'll leave him there.
Leave him there.
We set the criteria for that. Let's just stick to that so we're not playing his character too much.
We're done now, really. We've got one guy knocked out and one guy's not in any position. He's prone, pretty much. So
he will try and jump up and slug you probably again this time. But I want to know what Doc's going to do because you got the initiative.
I'm going to stroll in and be intimidating and shout, "Just stay there."
I thought he was going to shoot the guy in the bedstead again.
No. No. I'm going to stroll in. I'm not going to run in.
Okay.
I was strolling. I'm doing intimidate. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to give you at least. I'll give you 2 dice. It's not going to be a
2. I've got intimidate is 6. Go on.
Yeah, I'm going to give you 2 dice extra for it because the guy's only
4.
just woken up. Okay, you got 4. His willpower, I think, is a 2. So resist that. Actually, he should have a guts score. He does have a guts score. Okay, he is intimidated. He backs down at the sight of shadowy strangers standing over him with guns.
Flickery fire and all that.
Yeah. Okay, he kind of, as you pull out, he goes back to his knees and just kind of gets his hands up.
It's more like it.
Okay. Would that be a good time to grab a quick couple of minute break? Actually, I finished this beer, but yeah.
There's another one in there.
I don't know. I don't need another beer. My GMing will definitely suffer. Okay, so I will.
I would shoot the one.
Sorry?
I would shoot him.
Well, the one that's just surrendered.
Yep.
But I'm standing in the way. You can't see him.
He's backed away from you.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
He's on his knees right in front of Ben
Me.
Sutton.
Yeah. And I'm standing in the gun
I
point.
thought you said you swung at him, missed, went on his arse, and then he backed off.
No,
Nah.
he swung
Just fell down a bit.
he swung at Ben and didn't make it off his knees. And he's got Ben and
The start of the next round, my turn, I've gone in and intimidated.
Yeah.
And he's gone,
so
"Whoa."
that you have definitely got by any way that I can see this, you've pretty much got these two guys standing in front of him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I want to wander sideways and kick big ass shot in the bedroll, make sure he's not playing possum.
Oh, he's definitely not playing possum. He's definitely dead.
Taking it, he's all right.
In which case, then I'll stick my rifle over my shoulder and
Come on,
look
there.
down and have a look at my dirty work.
Yeah. All right. Right. Let's take a quick 5-minute break and be back in a few.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you guys would be heading off in the direction of Tucson. So I'd gone, okay, that's where they're going to be going, that's where they're going to be going, and suddenly you're heading west to track back down the bandits, which is fine. It's not a complaint, but it was somewhat of a surprise.
I have a habit of doing that with you, didn't I?
I'm not saying a word.
But we did hint at this a fortnight ago.
No, you guys said you were going to Tucson.
No.
I asked.
We looked at that, but I hinted at, because obviously one of the things, again, I'm not sure if because obviously I've transferred loads and loads and loads of files.
Yeah.
I believe I've got around about 380 gigs worth of files that I've taken off my network drive from my old computer. The PDF I've got at the moment says Motivation Redemption. But I think we changed that, didn't we?
No, I think we changed it to Redemption from
Redemption.
From Retribution.
To Redemption.
Yeah.
Ah, see, I was trying to act retributive.
No, I think
to be fair, Redemption for the guy that died.
Yeah. Okay.
We were there to protect them.
I had with your
One guy died.
With your backstory, I'd got you were trying to recover your recover for all those people that you'd shot. But however you want to play it,
yeah,
you play it. That's fine.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Western Green Hornet, so it doesn't matter who you are now. he has to be there to protect them. And if these guys have killed one person and really hurt a wagon man, who's to say the next wagon that comes through isn't attacked as well? So I need to do my best to protect the movement. I ain't gonna knock it.
I'm not sure.
You just weren't ready for it.
Shooting somebody that surrendered was a bit of a shock, but that's.
But my point, all I would have seen in the haze and the dark, because you've told me it's not very clear.
I know, no.
It's backed off.
From what was it, 150 yards out?
Yep.
In the flickering of a low campfire.
Yep.
With heavy cloud cover. Yeah, no, I'm all good with it. It came as a surprise. I was not complaining about it.
No. I mean, if it was a modern weapon with decent sights and everything, and I would have had a clear view of it, then I would have gone, yeah. But I literally would have seen this slight outline, and I would have tried to shoot him. But yeah. If they were in the way, then I physically can't anyway.
Yeah, you might have been able to, but you might have got a shot, but you might well have hit them, which...
You heard me shout.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that really.
Yeah. No, that's all good. I'm all good with it. Right. So you guys are where are we? Yeah, you guys have got one conscious prisoner and one unconscious prisoner.
So first thing is tie him up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, the guy you kick? Yeah, he's not shamming. He ain't getting up again.
No, but the other guy, tie the other two. Just tie their hands and ankles. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Doctor, could you save him?
No, he's dead.
I gave him the kick and he didn't respond. He's dead.
I kicked him in the ankle twice and he didn't move, so I counted him as dead. I'm not a brilliant shot, but I know when they're dead. Especially this close up.
So I suppose I've been willing to camp just as they're tying the two things up.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Now, can we send our extra man back to get our horses and bring them down?
Yeah, send Frederick to get the horses.
Yeah, all right. He can head
We might as well
back.
stay with this campfire, mightn't we?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Okay.
Carry the oil. Yeah, go on.
I would inspect the target.
Okay. The one thing that you will spot, I mean, what you kind of the other guy's groggily coming round. The guy that Ben slugged. But they're definitely they were definitely both probably not feeling all that good. They're both suffering from gunshot wounds anyway, recent gunshot wounds. They're both looking fairly beaten and scared. They've been woken up in the middle of the night and two of their friends have been shot and one of them's been beaten unconscious and the other one has already had his will to a certain extent broken by the man with the pistol coming out of the darkness at him. They're tied up wherever you left them.
I'd have a look at the one I shot to try and see how good my calculations were due to wind and elevation, and find out if I was a bit off or anything.
Yeah. No, you. Where were you aiming for?
Top of where the neck meets the head.
Yeah, that's you were within, an inch of where you were aiming for, which given how dark it was pretty impressive. You're pretty chuffed with that shot. The guy's not well. The guy's not getting up again. In fact, you're probably going to want to shift him away from the fire at the very least before you try and bed down.
I'll chuck a blanket over him.
Here, Doc, do you want to try and save this one?
No, I want to check. I'm just having a look at them, taking out their faces.
Yeah. Okay. So, one of them has got kind of slightly long black hair. What you do both notice is they're both wearing bandanas. Or one of them was wearing one. One of them's got it kind of tied around his arm, but it's kind of a bandana that he's taken off and just kind of looped over his arm.
Are they both the same bandana?
They are. They. I mean, it's fairly dark. Even if you stoke up the fire a bit, it's fairly dark. But yeah, it's they're pretty much wearing the same kind of bandanas.
I stumbled on a colt, have we?
It's normally some sort of information in it. Well,
Easy Rider.
We've been riding all day. Our adrenaline's probably quite pumped from a very short attack on an unsuspecting group. I suggest one person keeps an eye on these on shift watch, and we get our head down and we speak to them in the morning when it's a bit lighter.
Okay, I'd like to hog tie them.
You can hog tie them.
That's all right then, and I'm going to sit down and rest.
Okay, my adrenaline's probably still pumping quite a lot, so I'll offer to take the first watch.
And is he back with the horses now?
He will be fairly soon. Yeah.
So I mean, tie the horses up with the other horses, right?
Yeah.
I'll take the first rest.
What is it with you guys and bloody wagon trains? You were camel traders in the Conan game. You're now going to be horse traders.
We're just going to take him into town.
I think you forgot Al-Qadim as well.
Yeah. You ended up with. Did you?
We ended up with a caravan on the way to.
You had a caravan, but you didn't end up
selling the proceeds.
You didn't end up buying a caravan, or no, because the Conan game, you ended up with a caravan that was made up largely of Desert Raiders camels.
Camels, yes, we had 13.
Yeah. This time you've got between the four of you, you've now got 10 horses.
I see what you mean.
5.5 horses extra. Yeah.
So, but we can take them back to town, you see, and give them to the sheriff.
Yeah.
We can take no. We take them to Yuma.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then we sell them to our good friend, Hilary Gowans.
You can talk about it.
Talk about it with the sheriff. Yeah.
But these have got to get to the sheriff first.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys probably don't get the greatest night. Well, depending on your character, do you get a great night's sleep? Yeah. So okay, so Doc kind of settles down and just like, excitement's over, cunk out like a light. Once his adrenaline's calmed down and he's stopped.
That's why he's taking the first watch.
Yeah. How about Benjamin? How does Benjamin sleep?
All right.
Yeah. Frederick will take second watch. He's used to hunting down guys like this for a living. That's what he does. Okay. Yeah. So the night passes pretty uneventful. No, you know what? Let me go. Before I say that,
Does the town hear a
The
shot?
night passes pretty uneventfully.
No roving coyotes.
There are no roving coyotes approach. Neither the cougars or bears or
Pumas.
What about that dingo? Did it take our baby?
what? I don't.
Do you not know the film? A dingo stole my baby?
No.
Oh, okay, so we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, you guys wake up the next morning. You've got 2 captives. You are somewhere in the very north of Mexico. You know what? Give me half a sec while I check something, because I've suddenly thought I have no idea where the Colorado River goes south of Yuma, and it might be good to find out.
I'm going to have a look at our prisoners and make sure they're not going to die on us, because one of them has been shot, hasn't he? Not by us. Well, it might have been by us earlier.
It was by you,
Yeah.
but
think it was
not
us.
tonight.
Yeah. But he survived the night, so I'm just going to check him over.
Yeah. I mean, they ain't comfortable. You've left them hogtied overnight.
That's all right. I'm going to untie one of them and let him go for a pee. Yeah.
And then Benjamin punched him in his wound.
Yeah.
And then we'll put him down into the other one, so, yeah.
Yeah.
More beans, Mr. Taggart.
I think you've had that enough. I'm trying to work out whether is that the Colorado River. Colorado River comes down and it joins the Gila River, and then it runs down. Does it then run down into Mexico? It's a bit difficult to tell from this map. Is that the same river? Yeah, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, you said we went south and turned east again, you see. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
think
where we
you
are.
might be able to pick up the Colorado River.
Just go north till we hit the Colorado River.
No, you cross the Colorado. The Colorado River runs north-south. The Gila runs east-west.
Yeah.
I think.
We just got to hit the river and turn right.
Yeah.
Colorado River. Here we go.
It's off the side of the map.
Yeah, no, it runs
It
down.
sort of cuts southwesterly, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can head north and pick up the Colorado
And the railway track.
and the railway track, or you can head off to the east. But if you head off towards the east, you are heading towards that town that Benjamin thought he saw.
Yeah, we're just going to head north, back towards the railway.
So throw the 2 on over the backs of the horses and ride them into town.
Bury the other 2. Chuck some rocks over them.
Yeah.
Collect their possession guns and any wallets or bit identifying stuff they've got to take into town.
Okay.
Not them, just the
No,
stuff.
Yuma's to the right, to the east of the.
We went east and then we went south.
you
and
went
then they
west. No,
turned
you
east.
You went west,
West,
and then
west
south.
and south, and then slightly east.
And then you went back towards the east.
Yeah, but north will bring us out on the railway track. So
Okay. So yeah, you guys work your way, basically mostly north, but slightly still to the east. Oh, he's back. There we go.
I'm back.
Um,
I was just looking at the map actually, and from Yuma south, we don't even meet the Colorado River.
no,
okay. No, in which case, yeah, you guys head north, and you head north slightly to the east. You pick up the Colorado River a couple of miles outside of town, and follow it back into town. So this is the second time you've arrived in Yuma in 3 days, I believe it is. Is it 4 days?
4 days.
4 days. And for the second time, you come in in an unusual way. This time you've got a couple of guys tied up, hung over the back of horses. It takes you a day and a half to make your way into Yuma. But
Did
yeah,
you question them?
You haven't said you'd questioned them.
The idea was to question them. That's why.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's
okay.
why Ben captured it. Ben stopped shooting them or attacking them.
In which case, that's fine. No, I was leaving it to you, and you guys were all fully up
Oh,
to.
Ben, wake up! Ben, is he frozen or is he just?
No, he's still there.
My internet's being a pain.
Did you question him?
Yeah, we'd question him at breakfast.
Yeah, and then I forgot to mention it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So-
we weren't meant to question them.
Okay. So will you load them up on the horses? You drag them in, and maybe when you camp overnight that first night, you put them down and start laying into questions with them.
Why did you attack the wagon?
That's a good first question. Very good first question.
Okay, yeah, they're looking pretty beaten up and pretty damn thirsty, and you kind of you plop them down and
Have a quick drink and then start.
yeah.
No! Don't give them a drink.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
start drinking water in front of them.
Okay, who is going to be doing the questioning? I've got to say, I think probably the most intimidating guy you've got with you, unfortunately. I am guessing. Actually, no, he's not the most intimidating, is he?
I got 6.
Yeah, probably the most intimidating guy is Doc.
How's Doc intimidating?
As he is.
Doctors back then were scary.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
I'm used to
He's got a-
inflicting pain, doing dentistry and digging out bullets.
He's got them cold, dead eyes.
I'm scared of anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly more intimidating than me, Doc.
So why do you boys attack the wagon? The stagecoach? How's that?
We didn't attack no stagecoach.
I pull out
what stagecoach?
my pacemaker and fire a shot just to the right of his foot.
Okay, his eyes flick from
I don't flinch.
from dead eye to dead eye. We were told to stop the stage and recover something from it. That was all. We were just doing what we were told.
What were you told to recover?
It's supposed to be some guy on there with a special gun.
Ah,
So,
well, I know. He died.
you mean we got him, but we didn't get the gun? Oh,
We got him.
the other guy looks over at him and just says, "Hush about that! You got us hung."
Who sent you?
Ribbon did. Where's Ribbon? Shut up.
Pulling the pistol out and pointing at the guy who keeps interrupting.
He kind of starts to quieten down.
Yeah.
Says, Wes gave us the. Wes said that the gun was the, I don't know, that would end up making us a fortune. I don't know. I just do what I'm told.
So who was the leader of this gang?
Well, Wes is.
Which one's Wes?
Wes ain't here.
He was not one of the bodies then.
No,
Oh, right.
you don't know who you're dealing with, do you?
No.
Why
We
don't
need
you?
to find out.
Well, we were supposed to meet him at Quasito. Well, evidently, we didn't get there.
Is that the small town?
Yeah, we weren't far off.
I knew it. I was right. Wasn't Cam.
He said, go and get the gun, bring it back. It'll be worth a lot of money to us.
Easy job.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Wes done all right by us so far. We made some money. We were looking for more.
Who is this? Where's Ruby?
I don't know. He was running the group when I met up with him.
How big is this group?
Pretty much smaller now.
What's the name of this game? Yeah, that's how we go for it.
You ain't heard of the Black Ribbon Gang? You from these parts?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Let's say, chaps.
I want someone to roll me. Would that be?
Empathy, knowledge.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for a roll for Frederick, and he doesn't have Streetwise. There's never enough points when you build these characters.
No.
I am going to give him. I probably shouldn't. I'm going to give him an investigation roll. So roll me 5 dice.
Go, Doug.
Oh,
Boom. Okay. So, Frederick has heard of the Black Ribbon Gang. They've been anything they can get their hands into. They have been getting their hands into. They're generally operating from south of the border. They come north all over the place. The gang leader's Wes Ribbon, there is a price on his head. There has been for a while.
how much?
It's worth 1,000 if you can bring him in.
What's the name of that little village? Town? No, I'm serious because we'll tell the sheriff anyway.
Quasito.
Yeah, Quartz. Let me find it. Make sure.
C or Q. Doesn't matter.
Quarzito. Quasito. That was where he said that he was supposed to meet him.
I'm not a bounty hunter, but I'll be happy to tell the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frederick is, but
how many more are in the Black Ribbon Gang, or how many are likely to be with Wes?
at Quasito, I don't know. He just would have ridden in there. There are probably only about 10 of us, something like that.
10. 1, 2, 3.
10 of us, and we take out the 6 we've already got.
Yeah.
No, there would have been 10 riding in
Plus
with him
6.
to meet this 6.
Ah, right. Okay.
There's 30, 40 of them all told.
Okay.
You can tell them by their bandanas.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Which in the daylight are black.
Yeah.
Less obvious at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's black.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Although it reflects kind of vaguely flickery orangey yellow.
The 2 that are dead, I'm gonna start having a look through their body.
Okay,
I
I thought you buried the 2 that were dead.
We buried the 2
Yeah.
dead, and I've got the
Yeah.
possessions.
Oh, you got the possessions
Stuff
though.
to hand in. The
Okay,
guns and
yeah,
any
they've mostly, they've got guns, they've got occasional.
pocket for change.
Yeah, they're not carrying anything tremendously interesting though.
Nah.
I was
Guns, a few
thinking more,
dimes and pennies.
yeah, top up on ammo and any monetary they've got.
Yeah, just hung it over the back of the horse over the pommel.
Yeah, they said they've made money, so
Yeah, they're carrying some dollars. I'm going to have to sit down and work out exactly how much you guys are making out of this because it's probably going to be worth some money.
Yeah.
plus the sale of the horses. Suddenly I'm going to have very rich characters riding
Yeah,
across.
potentially. Sheriff might keep them. I don't know.
I think in the rules in the Old West, where if you brought bandits in, then their horses.
That would sound fair to me. Unless you could prove they were stolen. Unless somebody could prove they were
They
stolen.
were branded anyway, weren't they? So
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Right. Is that all the questions? Have got any more questions?
How
How long are they staying in town for you? How long
what
have you
will
got to get
Ribbon
back
do
to
if
town?
you don't turn up?
Yeah.
if we ain't there in a couple of days, I reckon he'll just ride out and assume we didn't make it. Wes ain't exactly what you'd call
Team player.
sentimental.
Yeah.
Did he say anything more about this pistol you were on about?
Nope. Just it was a real pretty silver gun, and it had got supposed to have something carved on the handles. Handles were ivory, I think he said it was.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't see them.
I don't think there's much more can ask, really.
No. I can drop a sideways comment in it that you're unlucky you picked the mining payroll with us gardening.
I
Right.
think Louis,
Yeah.
he seems to be frozen on like this thing with on him.
He's moving on mine.
You know that. Yeah, that.
That's because his head's going left and right. A jazz hand. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think there's much data really.
When that rebuffers and speeds up massively, it's going to look really freaky on his screen.
Yeah.
Okay. It is 2011. Do you guys want to keep going a bit longer? Do you want to stop there? Do you want to take him into town? Do you want to? What do you want
Let's
to
take
do?
him into town.
I'd like to get into town and offload them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we can start Simon afresh.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, it'll be exactly the same, but except he'll have more money.
Yeah.
Let's wait for Doug to get back in. Yeah. So nothing will have changed for Simon except the fact that he'll have more money and a horse. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the next morning, like I say, you guys ride into Yuma. You get a couple of strange looks from the locals. Frederick's pretty used to dealing with this, and he just kind of heads you towards the sheriff's office. You guys get down and I'm guessing follow him in.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd chuck one of the guys off the back of my horse, literally. Hit the deck, no remorse.
Get the sheriff to come out with his deputies and take him in.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, Frederick walks in. You guys walk in.
Yeah.
Whatever, you guys wander in. Sheriff's a guy, kind of late 40s, maybe early 50s, probably late 40s, clean
He's really old
shaven.
then.
Sorry.
He's really old then.
He's pretty. Yeah, no, he is. He's definitely an older guy. He's skin like tanned leather. He's got a black waistcoat on, and he's sitting back watching the door. The deputy that's in there at the time is a much younger guy. He's only about 21, 22, something like that. Sorry, no, he's about 25 years old. And as you guys walk in, the sheriff looks up and says, "Yes, boys. What can I do for you?"
We have here, Sheriff, the two of the Black Ribbon Gang who tried to hit the gold carriage yesterday that we were guarding.
You the boys
Yesterday?
came in with the stage.
We are indeed. We weren't too happy that they hit us, so we went out and we found them. Two of them died on their pursuit back to their camp. Two died on the hit, and we thought we'd bring two back alive for you to question. So that's 6 of the Black Ribbon Gang down.
That's good. I'm sure folks around here will be mighty pleased. Let's.
They mentioned the guy called Wes Ribbon.
Yeah, that figures. He points over at the board on the side of the office, and there's a couple of wanted posters up there, and one of them, when you look at it, has got Wes Ribbon, and $1,000 dead or alive.
Well,
bottom
if
of
you
it.
and your deputies move quickly down to Carrizo, you probably find them in town.
Yeah, that's unfortunately a bit outside of my jurisdiction, but yeah. Well, let's Jacob, let's go get these two unfortunates, take them off these gentlemen's hands. And he kind of gets up and stretches. The young guy's a bit more active, and he reaches down and gets out a couple of sets of what do you call them? Handcuffs back then? Manacles.
Manacles.
Yeah.
Early handcuffs,
He stands up, kind of loosens. You see him loosen his gun in his holster. Picks up a couple of sets of chains and walks out. They'll take them off your hands.
Any reward for them?
Says, well, you brought them in. We got no reason to disbelieve you. Don't get me wrong, but we got no reason to believe it either. We'll have a try.
Before the judge today, or
We'll get them up in front
wearing
of
their
the...
bandanas.
That's true. I'll tell you what. Let me go talk to the judge, and if you gents want to come by and see the judge later this afternoon, or maybe tomorrow morning, I'm sure he'll be able to tell you what he's decided. It's a bit out of my hands, this one.
Well, we're going to go off and see Hillary. The steeds that these were travelling had no brands on them, so I believe they rightfully become ours.
Yeah, yep. That sounds fair.
I think you'd say that their personal horses have to stay till the judge makes the decision.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So hang on to two of them.
What he says is, you take them over to Hillary, but we got an understanding with Hillary. He'll hold on to the cash for two of the horses in case these gentlemen turn out to be innocent passers-by, and but yeah, the other four definitely down to you.
Sounds like a mighty good deal, show. Shake hands.
Okay. Well, good work bringing them in, and I'll talk to the judge about them later.
Good day.
Good day. He walks them back in. The deputies following him, looking, like I say, much more keen about this, and the marshal's just looking really quite laid back about the whole thing. Yeah, so you guys go down and see Hillary, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hillary's
for the night.
Hillary's a bit surprised to see you come back. You know, as you walk up, he kind of wanders out and he's dusting himself down, and he's the first thing that you notice he does is look at Fred. Yeah, because Frederick's face is kind of draws the eye like an unpleasant road accident. And then he kind of looks at the rest of you and says, "I hope there's been no problem with the horses, gentlemen."
Well, funny you should mention that, Hillary. You sold us 4. We've now got 10.
I did notice that you.
Fast breeding these horses.
Indeed.
Yes.
You got a secret? I'm sure I could. I could find some ranchers that'd be willing to learn it from you. Where do these other horses come from?
Them bastards that hit the coach yesterday. We hunted them down and managed to bring 2 back into town. And these are their horses. And they're not branded. So the sheriff said we can gladly sell 4 to you, and you can keep hold of the cash for the other 2 until the judge makes his call.
Indeed, that's not a bad deal. Bring them in. I'll have a look at them, and we'll work out a price.
Sounds fair.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there with you guys leading the horses into the front of the stables, and we'll draw to a close there, and we'll work out what exactly the cash is offline, and we'll get that sorted before the next session. So yeah, if anybody's been watching that, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back in a fortnight.
All right.
Bye.